I probably would have lost. If there was one other person there, I probably would have not won. If there was 6 people.
There wasn't. So
It wasn't.
Congratulations. You did what it took, right?
I was good enough.
You were good enough to win. Hey, you might have bought the win, but we got people doing that all the time, especially now with this Theatdrop AI challenge.
Oh, what Theatdrop AI challenge? What is there? Some kind of challenge and drama?
Yeah, there is definitely some drama going on. I'm not sure if you've been on X lately.
I'm pretending like I haven't, but go ahead.
Yeah.
This week episode is brought to you by None of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad, only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
Hey Mags, have you heard about the Pog Hub?
Pog Hub? No, what's that?
Pog Hub. It's the new Pog Embassy from our friends Kyler over at Pog Digital.
They got a Pog Hub?
They got a Pog Hub, man. You can go there. All it takes is an email address. You sign up. It's as easy as that. And then from there, connect your Twitter account, and you got daily social quests that you can use to get some points.
What are these points you speak of?
Right now, these are just Pog points. And right now, there is the ability to open up some Pog loot packs. And if you're feeling like a gamble, you can go ahead and rip them open. Some have points in them, some have Discord roles. Maybe in the future there'll be more.
Oh, you'd think Pog being a proud sponsor of the Pinecast, I'd know about this.
You would think so. I did happen to notice that the Poppin' Mags intern was on it.
The intern was on it?
That's correct.
And I knew nothing about it.
Doesn't surprise me. Hop on over to hub.pogdigital.com and check it out today.
Poppin's poppin' and locking, Magnum scrutinizing. Poppin' Mags Podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 17 of the Zilly Award-winning Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, how's it feel to be a champion?
Of Camp Theta?
Of Camp Theta.
Finally revealed. The winner doxed. It feels good. I'm more interested in your take about this.
Well, I know.
The highest I did was I tied for second in one event. You know?
Well, what does that mean in American words?
So like, for example, Dole won 2 events.
Well, slow down. What does it mean to tie for second?
Well, I'm confused. That's a whole other thing.
All right.
that I had a long talk with Dole about, because me and Dharma both caught a fish, and he had like 11 or 12, Dole, and we both caught 1 fish, but he threw his back because it was too small, and I kept mine. So because mine was big, obviously. So I thought that would trump his little guy that he had to throw back. But we both got 4 points, and I said at worst we should have had 3.5 points each, because him and Gardner were tied going into the last event if you didn't factor all the bonuses I had.
Okay.
So for people that don't know, or people who don't pay attention or care, but Camp Theta, he does these tickets, and this year the fish of his NFTs were the tickets. So through his advice, he posted something on Twitter, Kyle, Max, Camp Theta, and he was like, "Hey, if you minted out the rest of the collection, you'd get 2 tickets, and you could probably sell one of those other tickets." So I minted the 2 tickets. I sold, and I won the other ticket, the last ticket, the 6th ticket. So I sold 2 of the other tickets. And made my money back. So I had a free trip and an Etch-a-Sketch. No big deal. So I got 2 points added to every category because the Panama flags that I minted. Right? You track?
Right. So each of the animals had a Panama flag of each rarity, right? One each, like 1 crab, 1 sloth.
Correct.
and whatever. I forget what the other ones were.
Right. So I basically had 10 free points.
Okay.
So,
Fair game.
well, and I mean, it's America, so obviously.
Well, no, it's actually you're in Canada, but that's okay.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it's basically, right.
Yeah, no, I was just busting chops. Obviously, there was the whole tied for third last year with Swampy, and then I noticed in the
Oh,
championship
God.
announcement that everybody tied for third except for the champion.
Like,
Dole didn't get it.
yeah, I was going to say that he was a little worked up about that. But
He's like, wait, no, second.
everyone,
Second.
Kyle started with last place up to first place, and he did third place, third place, third place. When he got to Dole was like, I'm second place, bro. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, you are, but you're also third place because
But I
and then
make the rules.
if which happened last year, which you loved, I believe. You know, the if you're not first, you're third.
Yeah.
Like Swampy tied for third.
Allegedly tied for third.
Yeah, so that's why everyone who didn't win tied for third.
Exactly.
That's pop and mags in modern culture,
That is.
uh,
I'm
right?
very pleased to be a part of that.
I have some video and audio. I got to maybe do something with and put some of that out there. Tell you what, drama did have some stories. One long one that involved friend of the Pinecast, El Swampo,
Oh,
Theta frontman.
would love to hear that one.
Yeah. But it was a good time. I gamed the system. I won by a point. You know,
Well, hold on. So let's go through this because I happened to notice after the fact that the Wilderverse Games 24 NFTs were minted and dispersed prior to our last Pinecast.
They actually went out like right after, maybe a day or two, if that.
No, it says like right now it says it was transferred 13 days ago.
Yeah. It basically
2
happened
weeks.
after we won.
Oh, right
Left.
after you won. You're not talking about right after
When we
our
left
last
camp.
podcast. Yeah.
Right. When
Got
we
it.
left, like I already knew I had that, but
Right. So sitting here last week talking about this and being respectful to the winners, we already knew who the winner was because he had minted it and sent it to you.
you would, yeah, but someone would have to know that. And
It was on the front page of Open Theta.
yeah,
It still
but
is. It's the most recent mint or the most recently launched NFTs.
those were launched before the Wilderverse game started. He minted them before
but
the
yeah.
games even started.
Gotcha. But if you just open them and go in there, you can see that they.
Well, I thought the winner went to El Champo. I thought.
Yeah, and El Champo had an awful lot of Panimals. But so let's go through this quick because we got axe throwing here.
Yep.
Oh
man, me and Dole had like an hour conversation the other night about this. But go ahead.
About axe throwing.
About the axe throwing.
All right. Well, let's hear from the contestant's point of view here. But I see that our boy Dharma Gardner took this one down, so that gives him 1 win so far out of 1.
Right.
What's the story behind the axe throwing?
The venue, like the little, I don't know, it was like a little peninsula that this axe throwing was on. Was beautiful. That's probably my favorite part over there. And so basically, Kyle's had these for the past Camp Thetas, and we asked to practice, or Drama asked if we could practice axe throwing like in our spare time, and Kyle was like, "Oh no, these boards are getting a little old, so this might be the last go with these boards. So it's just going to be quick familiarization right before the event, and then you're off doing it." So I got so before Camp Theta, Dole got into axe throwing. He was in Alaska. He got into axe throwing. He built some axe throwing stuff in his office, and he got really good. I got my cousin who's done axe throwing to take me axe throwing, and I got really good there. But it wasn't the same setup. It wasn't the same distance. So it was like tough for me to. It was harder for us to like make the adjustments, I think, to to get it where
Yeah, because
to
you got to
stick,
get the axe around at a certain rate in order for it to catch in. Yeah.
to catch in, which I didn't think would happen when I first was throwing them when I was learning back home, and then I got it, and then I was like, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk, and then no, it was terrible.
Where do you go around you to do axe throwing?
Um, there's a where do I go near me?
Yeah,
Um,
where did you learn?
there was a axe throwing place.
Was it like Dave Buster's or was it its own place?
Yeah, Generation Axe, I think it was called.
Really? And
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Yeah, there might be like a little bar there, but they have different like events. But so there's like the main courses, and then they have these other boards set up for like Axe Night. I'm sure it's Axe Night a lot or something where they do
Yeah.
different stuff. But basically, we got there like we were the early birds. We were the only ones there because can't see anyone watching me learn.
There's an arcade here in town for us. It's called Spins, and there's like 3 axe throwing lanes in it. I've never done it, but I feel like
It
it would be
was
something I would excel at.
it's fun because after you get the repetitions in your stance and you have it like dialed in,
Yeah.
there's like these different games where you can play like tic-tac-toe or
Oh, yeah.
zombie where you go after the zombie, but they have like a non-zombie, like a human that you can hit where you lose points if you hit it.
Ah.
So there's all these different games they have with it. So it was
Is it like
fun.
a projector that projects onto a
Yeah.
board? I could totally see how changing the distance would impact this. Um, all right. So then the next NFT that I'm seeing here was a scavenger hunt NFT.
Yep.
And from what I recollect, that went to General Dole for his scavengery.
Yeah, and I think we talked about that in detail last week.
Yes. So he found the most and won. Did he
With
get
the
extra points for the best pitcher?
Yeah, because him and Drama were tied. They had the bird of prey controversy, as talked about on this show, but it didn't matter because he had the 10-point bonus.
Okay, so that 10-point bonus was only applied to the scavenger hunt.
Correct.
Okay. So we got Dharma with the axe throwing, we got Dole with the scavenger hunt, and we got Macer making an appearance here with the target shooting.
Yeah,
Seemed like he was quite the marksman.
yeah, and he was like him and Drama haven't really fired anything, or like I think Brian might have said he's fired once. So this one was kind of cool. We had this target, and we were given 3 bullets, and we had this rifle BB gun, and the scope was like dialed in. I was telling them because I've had a fire with the military, and one I never had a fucking scope on it, but it was like super accurate. So we all got 3, and then it was going to basically go. If someone misses one and someone has more, then they keep moving on, right? So if everyone hit one and one person got none or got 1 or got 2, they wouldn't move on, right? Whatever, that's probably called something too, right?
Like like one person got eliminated each round.
Or no one got eliminated, depending if they all hit the target. So that's what happened. We were all just so good that we hit all 3 of our targets.
Gotcha.
So then what happened was like, oh well, let's back it up. So we backed it up to, it was further away. You could barely see this target, and Drama went, he missed. Dole went, he missed, and we only got 1 shot on this. Actually, Dole went last, he missed. I went second, I hit it, but I did it. I did it on my knees so I could just be a bit stable, and it was like threading a needle. It was like it went through like a triangle of tree branches, and it was the only way I could see it.
Awesome.
Smelly Monkey got it, and Macer got it. Dole missed. So then we went again. Macer hit it. Then I missed because Macer was in a different spot. This was with Dole had some contention because it's like, oh, we should have been in the same spot, but we didn't know what spot was better because it was like impossible to see this thing. So like the way I saw it, I could only see it kneeling. Macer had this like straddled like half seat thing he was doing, and he was like in a view that was a lot closer. So he didn't like I shot through branches. He had a like a direct sight of it. You know what I mean? So like I was just
Sounds rigged.
yeah. So anyways, so Smelly Monkey hit it. So those two went into the final, and Macer fucking hit it again, of course. You know, the streets of Indy and Philly are very rough. So you got to represent. Am I right? And
Yeah.
Smelly Monkey missed, but he just was hurting from the holding it up. So he was like, at least I got second. So and then Dole and Dharma went to break the tie for last place and second to last place, and Dole hit it and Dharma missed.
All right. And then the next one we have here is the canoe race, which Dharma notched his second W on this one.
Yeah, it was impressive. I may disagree with some stuff, but we could have practiced in our free time canoeing, and we got a quick tutorial on day one of the games on the canoeing. Canoeing wasn't until the second day, so we could have practiced. Dharma made sure he went last, so Russ went first, but like before Dharma went first because they went alphabetical for the first two events.
Okay.
Dharma went first, Russ shot last. This time Russ went first, and so he didn't know what to expect, which I think is only fair because Drama did go first for the first two events in alphabetical, so it makes sense to go reverse alphabetical. And Russ did really good. Then Smelly Monkey went. He did really good, but he was probably like 20 seconds, maybe like 20 seconds from Dole. Macer went, but Macer fell off the back. I don't know if you saw that
Yeah, at the
video.
end.
He's such a
Was that right at the end that he fell?
yeah, but he's such a P meal. So like he's Canadian ham. He
Ah,
I think that was like built in, but the thing is he lost to Dole by fractions of a second because he chose to get off in the back instead of the front.
oh man.
I was fractions of a second off from Smelly Monkey. So the last one to go up was Drama, and he had he basically like did what was shown from the demo because none of us the rest of us didn't do it, and he beat Dole by a few seconds, so he wound up with it. And then Kyle was going to try to show him up, and Kyle lost too.
That's the funniest part of this.
Well,
Did he use different equipment, Kyle?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
because he figured because of the different equipment he would have it no problem.
Wait, he used better equipment?
No, he used like the oar he used was messed up, and the boat was a lot bigger and heavier.
All right, so he was using worse equipment. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought that's what it was. I couldn't really tell from the video. I don't know if I was listening to it. I missed it, but that makes more sense. So he ended up losing by like 3 seconds to Dharma. So Dharma won 1,000 T fuel. And while you guys were there on the weekend, we noticed that Dharma's mint was up, the T, whatever.
It was up before, but
Yeah. But then there was action over the weekend. I was like, oh, looks like Kyle bought some NFTs, and then we get the full story.
so let me just backtrack to Axe Throne. So, well, let's finish this up. So Kyle didn't beat Drama. So Drama's like, instead of giving me the 1,000 T fuel, can you just mint 10, whatever it was of his T's? And so
Right. Yep.
So Kyle was like, okay, sure. And then he did. And then basically Kyle, I came up with, because they go, how can we make the axe throwing fair where everyone has the same target? So we threw 20 axes, five goes a man. We basically staggered. So like Brian went first, I went second on the second lane, and then I moved to the lane Brian was in. Then Brian rotated out, and then so we just did that. So Kyle hopped in because it's like, Kyle's like, well, I'll hop in, and if whoever wins, then we'll get 1,000 T fuel if you beat me. So, and then Kyle lost, obviously.
Kyle lost the axe throwing too?
Yeah, but so Kyle and Dole basically they had some issues throwing too to start out with. Like I think Kyle's first 10, I don't think he hit anything. Nothing stuck. And then like he missed again on his like 11th, and then all of a sudden him and Dole just seemed to get it and were like hitting the 7-pointer. It's like Kyle found his groove at the very end, and so did Dole, but Dole was like he just screwed up enough not to beat in the beginning. So like it wouldn't matter what he hit, he still would have been like one short of drama if he hit all the sevens. So yeah, it was so yeah.
So it was close.
So he won. So drama's a big winner kind of because he did well and he took the two. He cleaned Kyle out.
he
of
took
the side
free,
bets.
yeah,
The free side bet.
Yeah. So that leaves the last one is the fishing derby that you just touched on briefly. You and Dharma tied with 1. Now, when I was watching the video, you were holding up a big chunk of fish.
Oh yeah, well, because I had to bring him up, and
Though you were carrying Dole's fish for him?
yeah, I was carrying all the fish, but it was just like Dole. I think Dole had like 7 and I had 1 or whatever, so they were in the same bucket, but his were together. So.
Oh wait, was yours the one in the bucket?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big fish, though.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know if I want to bore anyone with my fishing exploits. Do I?
I'm ready.
Did I? Okay. So I haven't fished since I was a kid. I think I had like some kind of like kid Kenmore fishing rod that I had in the 80s that I haven't used since the 80s. So I didn't bring that. I might still have that somewhere, but so I haven't fished in a while. So Big Smelly Monkey, me and him went out. Macer and Drama went out, and Dole. Since there's only 5 of us, Dole went solo. So this is the day before the fishing competition, and I don't know if it was the same. Whatever. It was before. Yeah, it was the day before the fishing competition. So I got a pole from Kyle, and side note, Macer apparently he's like never fished really before, and he was just in love with it. He was fishing all the time, like on his free time. He'd just rather be fishing, I guess. Didn't really, he shoots apparently really well, and he fishes.
All right.
But
America.
So anyway, so I was like getting familiar with the rod. Like I was casting and I was like, okay, I get the basics. And me and Big Smelly Monkey were out there for, I don't know, an hour or so. So when the competition came, it was the same. We were in the same boats, and all of a sudden, like my casts aren't going, and I was like, he's like, and he's an avid fisher, Big Smelly Monkey. He's like, well, what the heck's going on? And so eventually he's like, let me switch rods with you. At least you could use this one, because he's like, it's set up for a left-hander, and but it like that doesn't make any sense because this is the same rod I had and I was casting no problem before. So possible controversy. I don't know I don't think so, but I was casting before and then I couldn't cast anything. It was really embarrassing, and Smelly Monkey felt bad for me. So we talked to Dole and we switched it around, which I guess you can do. So don't know if maybe Drama wanted a little advantage and maybe switched on me before the event, possibly.
Oh boy.
Don't know if that's what happened, but
Not saying it didn't.
Not saying it didn't, because
Not saying it did.
why would I intimidate anyone as a fisher, right? So, but before that happened, Smelly Monkey gave me his rod. He's like, I don't care. I'm just having fun. So he gave me his rod, and then Dole gave us some information. We fixed the rod, and I got my rod back. So, we weren't getting anything. And then we're like, oh, okay, fuck it. We're going to go in with none. Cause like Macer had none, and, I already knew Drama got the one little guy. And, so we're heading in, and I cast it. And all of a sudden I got a bite, and I was like, oh shit. I haven't had a bite in like 30 plus years, right? And I was like, oh, and it got away. was like, dang. So he's like, yep, let's just go in. So then I said, fuck it. And let me cast it in the other direction. All of a sudden, it was even, more pressure on me. And I got it in, and that was on our way in. So
Nice.
I got that. And it's even more embarrassing because Dole was catching shit left and right. So it's like
Yeah.
11, and then second place was tied with 1 each, and then
Yeah.
2 others with 0. So very lopsided. Apparently, I have some stories too. I'm gonna have to get these out there. Drama also gave a 412 on apparently the big favorite last year was Naomi Trader.
Oh, they know
Apparently,
me.
yeah, him too. He was the favorite, and apparently he was just fishing in his spare time. Apparently, he likes to fish a lot, and he was winning all the competitions. And when the axe, I'll see if I can't get this inserted or in a bonus content thing, but we'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Let some air breathe, and maybe Trader will be like, that's not what
Yeah.
build the drama.
Yeah.
That's why he's Drama Gardner.
Well, we need a little bit more in our lives here.
Yeah, there's not too much now.
No, but so there's one more NFT here, and it's the Camp Champ. So if I'm counting up correctly, I see Dharma 1-2, I see Dole 1-2, I see Macer 1-1, and
Right.
then El Campo Champo with the Grand Purple Championship without even winning one of the 5.
It's true. What do they say? Like, everything's in the research. So I did my research because we had Kyle on the show, and he told us on the show about the flags, because I think Dole was saying, or maybe some people were saying, like, I didn't know the flags were going to be that big.
Yeah.
And
It was like that last year too. There was
they weren't
similar.
I think they moved you up spots in, like, if it was fishing, maybe you got 2 extra fish counted towards your total or something, right? It wasn't points.
It wasn't up the final standings.
Right. So like if they gave me 2 axes, I still would have came in last place or second to last. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't have like mattered if they gave me like 2 points in
2
the axe
fish.
competition. Right. Yes, but I mean, what do they say? It's in the preparation. And I did the prep. I made sure I had 5 of the 6 Panama flags. So I knew I had some advantage. It would have been really interesting, I think, if you were there, because I would have lost a ton of money on side bets, and right, and I probably would have lost. If there was one other person there, I probably would have not won. If there were 6 people.
There wasn't. So
There wasn't.
Congratulations. You did what it took, right?
I was good enough.
You were good enough to win. Hey, you might have bought the win, but we got people doing that all the time, especially now with this Theatdrop AI challenge.
Oh, what Theatdrop AI challenge? What is there, some kind of challenge and drama?
Yeah, there is definitely some drama going on. I'm not sure if you've been on X lately.
I'm pretending like I haven't, but go ahead.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, we talked about it a few weeks ago. There was an open ability to go on to the Theta AI and try to create the next mascot for theatdrop.com. And I think it's going to be similar to how they did the first one. When everybody got to use the AI, they made each of one an NFT,
Right.
dropped it to the people that made it, gave the other ones away for free, basically, right?
And then there was a challenge for all
179
yes. of them,
and some people got them all, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I felt like it was going to be something like that. There's like it's a pretty decent prize from what I remember for first place, but it's like, how can you come into this thing and actually think it's going to be fair? Like what historically gives you that impression that it would be just done fairly?
I didn't.
Me either.
And that's why I didn't do it, and I was surprised you did it. And I must
Yeah.
say, the 3 you did, those are great. I should take a look at those prompts because all 3 are really nice. You did.
Well, I appreciate that. I was just messing around one night, uh, and then remembered that we could do that, so I jumped on there, just started kind of messing around with it, and come up with some cool ones. My daughter's a big fan of penguins. That's how I got onto that one. My son is a big fan of koalas, but I could not make that look right. It kept on coming up. It was weird. But I happen to like the bird of prey that I made.
Ah!
I didn't even before I knew the issue was going to come out. The Apex Marketplace, Golden Hawk. That was my favorite. But then the tiger is cool too. I like the tiger.
Yeah, there's so many good ones though.
There is, yeah,
It's
for sure.
I was like, I gotta show love to some of yours because I do like them, and it's funny because the tiger is really good in its own right, and I like I want to share some votes around with other projects.
No,
You know,
listen, I completely understand, and I think you mentioned that they do say to like get your friends and family to vote. Is that
yeah, I believe I read that. Yeah, they encourage that.
okay? So I mean, I get that. Get your friends and family to vote, but there's a bit of a difference between get your friends and family to vote and create a bunch of, fake email addresses to vote or offer to pay people to vote.
We would never do that because we're Zilly Award winners, right?
Hmm.
What?
Well, I agree with what you said at first. We would never do that.
Right, because we're Zilly Award winners, and it's a stature thing. Like you gotta be above the nonsense, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure that everybody agrees with us
Really,
on that. Yeah, it seems there was a Zilly Award winner offering bounties for votes.
really.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And only okay. Now I'm gonna stop playing dumb, but only only if they voted for 3 stars.
Yes, you had to have 3 stars in order to be eligible for the giveaway.
Justin Spaghetti. We'll just put it out there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't understand it. We just went through this with the hackathon and paying for proof of votes. This is no different. Yeah, I don't it's just yeah.
I saw this coming a mile away, and I
Oh,
know
for
I'm not
sure.
good enough. I know my stuff wouldn't be good enough anyway. So like, why build myself up just to crush my dreams, right? So
Ah,
so I stayed out of it. But
I mean, I entered but stayed out of it, right? It was
you forgot you entered. I think we were
I remember I entered, but I forgot what I entered. I remembered the bird of prey. I forgot if I got a penguin in there or not, and then I definitely forgot all about the tiger.
Yeah, it's funny because I might like the tiger the most out of yours, but the bird of prey I think is the coolest. But the penguin is so awesome.
Yeah.
The astronaut penguin.
The penguin's probably the most like mascotty.
My favorite is the otter man. Did you see that one? It's so good.
The otter man, is that
Yeah.
who entered it?
NG. I forget his first name. Last name is NG. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry.
I actually know. It's Ing.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, we have one of Bryce's friends on my baseball team. That's his last name, and I had to ask.
The eye is silent for
Yeah,
writing.
the eye is invisible.
Okay. Good to know. But that otter man is just, I think that's lights out. But vote your conscience or vote what your bots tell you.
Yeah, yeah, or vote where you can get the most T fuel. Why not?
Yeah, because I saw the video you sent me this morning from the aforementioned Passetti, Justin.
Yeah, it's out there. It's official.
Just
Uh,
hey, man, this
yeah.
is supposed to just be like a fun thing, but I think it's like it's like everyone and it feels like a lot of people are fighting over scraps in the Theta community. Like there's not a lot of meat
Yeah.
on the bone, so
Uh-huh.
everyone just has to out game whatever. Like I'm all for gaming stuff, but like not to like where it doesn't make it fun.
Yeah, but the way you gamed the NFT drop, that's not really gaming it. Like you just took a calculated risk and it paid off. This is a little bit different. This is, buying votes, but not really buying, but only buying them if you win.
Right.
It's like,
And the lead off of the video was like, "Oh, this is not my normal. This is not really a Theta. This is just a personal." So he's using his platform to say it's not Theta related, but it's personal for him that he's gonna pay bounties if you vote for his project for this Theatdrop Mascot AI
right.
competition. So, but yeah, just like I could think whatever project is the best for the hackathon, it's not. It might not even get a mention, and it usually doesn't. So, I figured more of the same, right? Because I'm just one person, and just because I think it doesn't mean it's the best.
It just goes back to the hackathon. Like the fact, like these giveaways are being done, and they're being done in ways that just don't make sense. For Here's how to fix it, and it's not difficult at all. First, you need to clean up theatadrop.com. And anyone that has multiple accounts that is not officially properly KYC'd, they should be booted. They shouldn't have access to those. They shouldn't have had access to those for a long time. They broke the rules, and that's it. Everybody should have one KYC'd account. Now you have this technology that you created as Theta and have rights to it, this digital rights management capabilities. All you have to do is have a free mint. You want to vote? Bing, free mint. Everybody gets one, right? And now you use that NFT that you mint for free to cast your votes. This is not rocket science. Like, how is it that I can sit over here? I could talk to, if I had a conversation with my son who's 8 years old and told him this, he'd be able to come up to the same conclusion. But yeah, we still have these nonsense going on. Like, oh yeah, you need a Theatdrop account in order to enter it, but anybody can vote on it. What does that make sense? Like, I could just sit here creating email addresses with fake names and vote. Like, I don't get it. When you have the technology to stop this, but you don't use it. Call me crazy.
You're crazy. You are
Real
crazy,
crazy.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been here so long. We knew it was gonna. I basically could have said this exact thing was gonna happen.
This was known. Yeah, this was absolutely known that it was going to happen for sure.
And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
I saw your boy Mitch said something today. Was it today or last night?
I think it was this morning.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. It was.
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna fix this next week.
Yeah.
It's like, why wait till why wait till there's a problem to fix it? Like, you could have fixed this. This could have been not broken when it was put out there.
Yeah, but I guess it seems like the stuff was what was it on Theatdrop, and they just they're just use this third party site to do this
To vote, yeah.
right. So which I guess that's kind of funny because blockchain and transparency, but and you have to have this KYC account to make it like you said, and then then when it comes to that, you can game the fuck out of it. But it's not our fault because we used a third party. Like
Right.
Web 2, just there's no blockchain. There's nothing. It's the Wild West. So, but that seems weird, right? That seems like I would think a blockchain company would have something better than delegated it to a Web 2 company to do
Yeah,
that.
especially when you've created this technology that can serve as, protection for this.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a damn shame, But
Indeed. All right. Let's get into Pod Corner, our official sponsor here at Papa Max Podcast, and we're very thankful for them.
shout out.
Yeah, shout out, man. These guys we actually got Mondayed, even though it's Sunday. We got a new drop going on at the Pog Launchpad.
Really?
We do. And now you go to launchpad.pogdigital.com, and I'm not sure, was this on here before the redemption of the hobby boxes?
No, I think that it was only recent. So I was on the space on Friday. I was listening to the space on Friday, and everyone was trying to ask, the Pog crew up there on stage about like, hey, what is this 99 tweet? They're like, oh, we know, but we can't say. But then Kyler at the end was like, hey, if you check out the Launchpad right now, you'll see, and that drops on the 9th, which is yesterday. If you're listening today, tomorrow, if you're you that I'm talking to, because it's Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. So he kind of like broke that on the way out, which is tough because Kyler, he's a steel trap, that Kyler. So crazy that but he let us know, so we didn't have to worry what was going on. And it was it looks like it's right, if I remember right, $4.99 per mint. You can use
$4.99. That's right.
You can use USD. And it looks like it's unlimited, and it ends November 30th, if I recall.
That is correct. Yes.
Yep. So
we got a few months to hit this. I'm
do
not
you like that?
100% sure. Do you know exactly what this is about?
These are Pogs. We're going to be playing with these.
So these are Pogs for the arcade.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand. I mean, isn't that they all are, right? But this is just another Pogman brand of Pog to be played in the Pog digital arcade.
Right. Like if you're new to Pog, you want something. If you just want to like play or get a small collection, like, are you going to spend? I don't even know what Fountain Pogs are going for these days. Even the commons, right? That's expensive. Like this is like $5 a piece, and who knows? Who knows if it's good or bad? But they're basically like they're good. It's almost like an OG Pog for the new Pog era that we're in. I guess you could say the same thing about the Tigons.
Yeah.
But I like
more expensive.
I like they're a lot more expensive. I think roughly like 5 times more expensive. So
give or take a few pennies.
Give or take. But yeah, $5, and it's like, oh, I can buy a couple now if you just want to play and have your own Pogs, and they have their own stats. So not financial advice.
Yeah, very cool. Definitely looking forward to that. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, good stuff. And how are you been doing on the logging in to the Pog Hub on a daily basis to get in your packs?
I've been good. So I didn't want to say it last week. I think I don't know. I want to dime anyone out, but I think there was a glitch I heard because the intern, our intern that runs the Pop Max account, who's a total, we need a new one, but he doesn't have any Fountain Pogs or Pogman PFPs, so he doesn't get it. But he was telling me that for a while he was getting them, like it.
What? Even
though it was locked, it wasn't locked, but now it's really locked, and you can't do it. So, now he's slowing down a bit in his points.
Okay, so he had a little bit of an unfair access.
basic. I don't unless I mean, he could be lying because he's not the most trustworthy person, right?
Oh, maybe he's got some pogs hidden over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check his pockets.
So yeah.
So yeah, I hit the jackpot this week that's been thrown around here. The old one pog rip open,
Okay. Yeah.
the one pog point.
Oh, shout out. That's one more
Yeah.
point than you had.
Yes, it is. One more point than I had. Worth one more than the Discord roll, attaché.
I have 3 1Xs, so it's a fine club to be in. The 1X club.
All right.
I was hoping you could add the X's together and stack them for future openings. Like multiply.
Yeah, multipliers. Too soon.
Yee. Yee.
I did notice that our friend that had the large Pog account, a friend of the Pinecast, who's an investigative journalist, found that there was another large swath of Pog given to that account, and I happened to
what?
notice. Yeah, I happened to notice.
Was this the mystery account that lost all their that got supposedly hacked?
I don't know if they're related or I don't know. They could be. It could be
got
the same
control
one.
again and then decided to dump.
It could be the same one. I'm not 100% sure.
That's why you're not the investigative journalist.
No, I'm not. It's this guy's way too good to be one of our interns either. So, shout out.
He knows who he is.
Yeah, we are his interns in many ways.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. But so after that, I kind of got into a little bit of a frenzy over here because I noticed through Theta Scan that the account went through and was dumping 30,000 Pog at a time onto the Theta Swap pool, just ripping the T fuel out of there. But then I went to Theta Swap and I was looking through the transaction history, and I couldn't see all of these transactions on there. So I'm like, what is going on here? Why are these obvious transactions that have happened not in the history for Theta Swap? And I'm going back and forth. I'm batting my head off the wall. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, something shady's going on. Only to realize that the way Theta Swap is set up, when you go into the history, if there's swap history you're looking for, and it only goes to page 3. If you go to page 4 or more, everything after page 3 is all adding or removing liquidity. So everything swap related, once it gets to the end of page 3, it just falls off the cliff into the nether void.
Okay.
I had no idea. So if you didn't know, now you know.
Okay. Good PSA.
Yeah, there you go. Open Theta, fiat on-ramp. I mean, unfortunately, here where we live, it doesn't do us any good, but any thoughts on that?
Is that was it work.io?
Yeah. Works or work?
WERT.
Oh, worked. Correct. That's it. Yep. Yeah. No, it's funny. I went on there and it's like, you're okay. In New York, you're okay for doing this with NFTs, but not for crypto.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes
Please protect
sense.
me.
So if you're in the US and part of the 49 or the not New York, you're probably in good shape then. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't check the other states, but because I don't happen to live in the other states, but yeah.
I mean, we usually have it a little more stricter, I'd say, in New York.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So we were actually just talking about this before in the pre-production. I know you were having a little bit of an issue with Simbie staking. We obviously had Ivory come on a couple weeks ago, and he announced that the staking would be going live that week, which it did in beta fashion. There was an update that needed to be made to it, which was done, and it caused everyone that was staking to just kind of reset back to 0 and start back over again.
Mm-hmm.
There's still one little issue. The architect isn't collecting at the proper rate, but that's being worked on. There's a reason for that. But I'm under the impression that that'll be changed up soon, and we'll get back to where it should be. But just to let everybody know that Simbie staking is live at syndex.com/staking-beta/. And you can get your NFTs on there. There's a stake all button. It worked for me. Should work for you. The claiming, it's still in beta. So the claiming has been paused for the beta portion. But the intention is that these are all legitimately earned Syndex at this point and will be yours to keep. The one issue that I am aware of with the site is if you are connecting via VPN, it might give you a problem. So if you are doing that and you're having a problem, then you might want to try without it.
Okay. I'm gonna do that right after we're done.
All right. So how about some pines? There was a couple of, I would say, wild sales this past week.
Oh, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild in both directions, like in very, very different directions. So
I caught the first one. I caught that.
you caught it.
I
The-
I caught
The 6K.
the 6K. Yeah.
I mean, absolutely wild. Congratulations.
Alexa, stop.
Yes, there it is, 1040. Congratulations to Tutiel.
Tutiel? Tutiel?
Tutiel. There you go. Hey, you got that. You speak that language?
Oui.
Yeah, congratulations. 6,000 T fuel for an SSS Pine.
I would have paid 6,001.
Yeah, that was shocking to see. I was under the impression like there was a little bit of other, off the table stuff going on, but hey, according to him, there wasn't. Looks like he put in an offer, and bang, it was. Well, they met each other,
And he told him to put an offer in. And so
he immediately accepted it. It looks like.
Right, but like I noticed there was an offer for 400 T fuel on it.
Yes.
Because I think it's still live. I wonder if that's from him. And it was like, oh, hey, you should do it, but make it a little more, whatever. Like it was like, would it come to like 300 something bucks then in T fuel, like cheaper than a can, a custom with yeah,
that was wild. And then just as wild was the Ninja Pineapple auction.
Yeah.
So the auction is created for 35,000 T fuel. Our boy Chief throws in 35,001 T fuel on it.
Yeah.
And then just out of the clear blue sky, here comes 75,225 offer for the Ninja Pineapple.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Was it Taz?
I heard it was Taz.
I believe
but
it.
it went into a wallet that doesn't have any other pines in it.
Taz maybe I don't know.
Is he a multi-walleter?
They don't exist.
No.
No.
I only have one.
That's it.
So, yeah. So that was wild.
Yeah.
Just wild and very opposite. Like, 6K one day and then next day 75K. I mean, obviously,
what's the average on that?
Out of the two, which one do you want?
Oh, I want the one that was 75K.
All day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a beauty pine. No doubt about it. All right. So we got Inception Saturday coming up this weekend at the Theta York Theater. I heard they restocked their candy, so get there early.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. I'm not. I'm gonna have to double check. I don't have my fall ball schedule yet, so I might be able to sneak this one in. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No, I have seen the movie. I'm a big fan of Inception, so that.
It's one you have to see a few times too.
Yeah, for sure. But you've never seen it because too many people liked it, right?
No, I saw it when it came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't too hyped up for you?
No, it's just the right amount of hype. It's the right amount of
All
hype.
right.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Oh, you're gonna love this. So I'm living right now in stolen valor with my kids,
What'd you do?
and I'm okay with it because my son got this Rubik's cube, and I never really played with Rubik's cubes. There's been a few times where I'm like, all right, I want to figure out how to do this. They say there's math involved in it. I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Huh.
And every time I've sat down, it's just like something else comes up and I never get a chance. So recently, my son got this one. I forget what it's called, but he got it from a birthday party. And the things, dude, you can pop them off and put them back on. So
Okay.
he mixed it all up, and he was like, I can't. He's like, can you get it back to normal? And I was like, oh, let me see. And I brought it. So first thing I did was I brought it over and I looked up an app, and there's an app you can use to like show you the moves to correct
Yeah.
the after you put all the colors in. So I spent like 10 minutes like putting the colors in, and I hit go, and the thing's like, nah, this can't be figured out. So he must have popped one off and replaced it with another one in a way that was mathematically impossible for it to be in. So I was like, oh, well, what do I do now? So then I spent the next 10 minutes popping them off and putting them back in place, and I brought it into him, and he was just beyond amazed. So then he mixed it up again, and I got it again for him, and now tonight again, I just sat here and did it a third time. So I'm going to see how long I can keep this going.
I think you can keep it going long. I like that. I think that's
But
fun.
but I don't know if I can, because I already this evening got cornered by both my daughter and my son, and they were like, "Do it while we're watching."
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, "Well, it's almost bedtime right now. I don't have time for this right now. It's not easy."
I mean, I see the best way to keep the ruses if you had two of them.
I got to go find another one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good call. But
Keep
yeah,
it going a little
I
longer.
figured you'd enjoy that. I was just going through last week. I had given a little, a little shout out, little love to anybody that listened all the way through.
That you weren't planning on.
I was not planning on it whatsoever. No, it's all good. It's all good. So I was keeping track through the week, and right away we had three guys.
Why do we have interns?
Yeah,
If you're doing this.
you
I'm sorry,
know
go
what?
ahead. Three
Sometimes
guys.
you got to do the dirty work. So, you know what? It was an intern that told me. My apologies.
Oh,
It
don't
wasn't me
cover
that
for
did.
them.
I'm sorry.
I tried to trade a few of them for Pog's intern, and Kyle politely told me to go fuck myself.
Yeah, he was like, "Nah, I got good ones." Yeah. So shout out. I'm not sure who posted first. It was either Buddy Theta or Nothing Flash. And then shortly thereafter, Simple Pine came in. So shout out to the three of them. And then out of the clear blue sky, an unknown for the most part.
Really?
I mean, one I've heard of and one I've seen giving us some love with some retweets.
Okay.
And I don't even know how to say his name. Sire J.I. from Pogs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he loves the show.
Awesome. So he qualified for it as well. So 4 guys entered, and I said I'd give away one, but you know what? Bang. These 4 listened through.
He was on the space on Friday, real quick, and once again the intern and him were going back and forth on our commercials because they're just really confused with our commercials. And anyway, so he said he said that he's looking for Nona sauce in the grocery store. And he can never find it.
That's amazing.
Oh,
It
sorry,
should
go
be
ahead.
in the grocery store.
Yeah. Well, what did they have to comment?
They just had to comment something about a monkey, right?
Gotcha.
So the 4 of them did. So here you go. If you listen through again and you got this, just DM me your wallet. All right. And I'll set you guys up. Because as I said, WWZ was coming to town. WWZ is effective as of a couple nights ago in the monkeys. So congrats, Mac, on that. Good times.
Congratulations.
And that's all I got. How about you, sir?
I don't. I think you covered everything I had. You stole my valor.
I've been doing that a lot lately. This is
Right.
actually I love this Rubik's Cube here. I will keep you guys posted on how well I can keep this hidden. But I think that's a good idea. I might have to go get a second one.
Smart.
So we'll see. A nice cheap $5 or $6 investment. Well worth it.
Oh yeah, that pays dividends.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, pleasure as always, Mags. Pleasure. Congratulations again. We are talking with the champion
El Champo.
of camping. Love it. And you get to keep that for at least another year until you go back again and defend that championship.
Because you have to be there to defend it.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, have a great week, and we will see you on the boards.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Pam's Day Spa.